Hello, you beautiful legends, and welcome to Blunt Force Healing Podcast. This is episode number 755, and hopefully we'll make it short enough. For those of you that are new to the project, Blunt Force Healing got created to provide a tool for my own accountability, so to kind of fight the procrastination and establish some valuable or beneficial habit for myself. I decided to try and write a blog post every single day and also record the podcast in audio or video every single day. And the idea started over 2 years ago. I wasn't expecting much success, but as you can see, it's day 755, which means that basically I was able to maintain writing every day and podcasting for 755 days consecutively without any day off or failure, which is great, and I'm really proud of it. And now every day and every entry is a journal. I talk about what happened the day before, in general, in my life, in our life, as well as about some affairs, or I would say recent events that might be worthwhile or worth mentioning. So today I will be talking about Friday, but before that I want to mention what happened between Thursday and Friday. So if you want to know about Thursday more extensively, you should check the previous entry, a long trip. I talk about the whole day in Dublin, and after that day I was really exhausted. I was writing the blog post and published it, and then stayed a little bit over midnight. And as I was wrapping up and wanted to go to sleep, I came across a couple of pictures on Instagram of people posting Aurora Borealis, which is basically northern lights visible in Ireland. It was a huge flare or storm that reached sun flare or sunstorm that reached Earth, and that causes in the last year or so quite huge magnetic storms that make Aurora Borealis visible in Ireland, as far as Ireland. So we don't need to go to Scandinavia or closer to North Pole to see it. It's actually visible in Ireland, and the strongest storm that happened somewhere around springtime or late winter this year caused it to be visible as far south as most of the Europe up until I think Italy, which is very unusual. That was like anomaly. But yeah, I saw those pictures. I saw people posting them about 2-3 hours or sometimes 1 hour before I saw it, and I thought that the opportunity is over. So I didn't think much, but I just checked. There is a website that shows Aurora forecast, and I saw that this effect or that magnetic field is still strong and it might be visible still. So I made spontaneous decision, and despite being completely exhausted after long driving on Thursday, I dressed up, I went to the car and started driving. I wanted to just do a short trip to Donegal town and a bit outside to more rural areas to see if I can, spot anything, even a slight tint of the actual aurora. And I saw a couple of things that I thought that it might be it, but I never seen aurora in my life. I knew a bit about it, and it's not as visible for the human eye most of the time as it might seem on the pictures. And phones and cameras in phones and regular cameras with the right exposure can catch much more of that visibility. So I went to about a bit more rural area close to Julian's school, and then I saw it. And not saw it directly. I saw something that looked like it and pointed my camera towards it and started capturing with a longer exposure all those colors and interesting things. It's quite difficult to explain. You might see a lot of pictures, but none of these pictures will make you ready for that. Some people might be disappointed, some people might be in awe, but most of you that never seen Aurora and will see the Aurora, you will have a strange experience. It might be somewhere in between, obviously, but it definitely requires you to experience it, not just see it on the pictures or videos. It's way different to be in person and see it with your own eyes, like most of the things. So basically, I kept driving towards even darker areas to see more of it, but some clouds started coming in, so I drove through Donegal town and went on to the famine pot, which is like a monument after Great Hunger in Ireland. And I captured Aurora with the famine pot. Then I went to Drumbar United FC grounds, the soccer pitch that Julian plays very often, and captured Aurora there. And later on, I was driving towards the house and decided to still do diversion and go to Murvach Beach. It was very foggy, but I still captured a bit of that from Murvach Beach car park. And in the end, I did a very long loop around Rosnala and got less colorful but also fairly intense pictures of that area. And in the end, when I was just closing and very close to the home, about 1 mile before my house, I stopped at the hard shoulder, so at the side of the road, turned the hazard lights to make sure that whenever somebody passes me, they just know that I'm stopped. And I started picturing or kind of taking pictures of Aurora over Cherrymore furniture shop. And some car from behind started slowing down, so I thought that somebody wants to check on me if I'm okay because I had hazard lights. But it turned out it was a Irish police force Gardaí, and they said hello. Obviously, they checked on me. I told them about me taking pictures because of the Aurora. They weren't aware, so they were really interested. I showed them a couple of pictures from before, and the police started taking their own pictures, so they wanted to have them. And we had a nice chat. Then they wished me good night, and they drove away. And a couple of minutes later, when I was just going towards home, I was passing them on the other crossroad where they stopped to take a better pictures of that anomaly, I would say, which was funny and nice as well. So it was a great night, albeit I returned home after that short trip of over 2 hours. So I was at 4 a.m. I was going to sleep, which meant that I was very tired the next day. But about it, I will be talking tomorrow. So that was between Thursday and Friday. And then Friday was pretty normal day. We dropped Julian at school. We went on for a walk at Rosnala. And then we deployed sauna in the evening. As you can see, I shaved my head, so I'm not looking like a Yeti anymore. or some tramp. So that was a successful day from that perspective, but it was very quiet in the business side. We had only a couple of bookings for the evening, and I had to run away from the beach in the dark because there was a strong shower of rain, short but strong, and made sand very wet and soft, so I was afraid that I might not leave the beach later on. So I just took off, stopped at the ramp, made a bit of meditation, and then drove back home and watched a couple of episodes of Supernatural with Julian, and then we went to bed. So that was Friday, and Thursday/Friday night. It's 11 minutes already in, so thank you very much for tuning in. Have a great rest of the day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are at the moment. Stay tuned and see you again tomorrow.